Hey guys, today I want to talk about working with your cycle. So as a person in a female body that has a cycle, has a physical cycle each, I was going to say month, but it's not necessarily a month. Talking about how that affects you and just starting to really bring awareness to that within yourself in order to get the most out of yourself. So last year I read this book that I have here, The Optimized Woman, and I don't think it's the only such book, but it's about really about like what your strengths and vulnerabilities are throughout the different parts of your cycle, or different phases, because she breaks it into phases of your cycle based on biological things and chemicals. So your hormones change throughout the cycle, your hormone composition changes, and so therefore actually your personality kind of changes. And it's not like your personality changes, but it's like different things are emphasized because your chemical makeup is actually different. So expecting yourself to be consistent through the whole month is really not the most optimal way you could be living, because you're kind of working against these other forces. And it's like, it doesn't have to be a bad thing that there's inconsistency, but it's just about creating awareness of what your vulnerabilities are and what your strengths are at these different times. I've found this hugely helpful in my life, and I've been really taking notice of specifically different, like in a few different areas, how I feel. So they give you heaps of suggestions, and obviously you start to understand exactly what is happening in the cycle. So then you can start to just kind of be like, oh, well, it makes sense that I'll feel that way. And when you're fertile, being more outgoing and social and vibrant and charismatic and stuff. And it makes sense, right? So, because from an evolutionary perspective, you want to get pregnant. So it's really, really helpful. And so just starting to take notice more and more, because everyone will be slightly different. It's not about following a formula, but it's about just gaining an awareness of what you're like throughout the different parts of your cycle and what your needs are. So then you can get the best out of yourself, and you can be like, oh, I know that I'm going to be vulnerable to these things in this time of the cycle. I'm going to be vulnerable to criticism. I'm going to be vulnerable to feeling like I've given too much or been taken advantage of, or haven't looked after myself because I've just been thinking about other people. And then you can start to really take care of those things, so you're really at your optimal as much as possible. And it's just kind of you might have these vulnerabilities to being wobbly about something, or that might be a time when you're more vulnerable to criticism or whatever. It's just an example. And then there'll be another time that it's you've just got so much energy and fire to get shit done that you need scheduling a day on the beach then would actually just kind of frustrate and infuriate you, because you just have all of this go to get stuff done. So it's just about getting that awareness within yourself. And I've been noticing really cool stuff since I've started just becoming aware and just kind of taking notes to myself a bit of even certain times when I just feel just so much more love and bliss towards people and really close people in my life. And then when I feel total indifference towards the people that I'm closest to, and I'm just I know mentally that I love you, but I feel indifference. And starting to notice it's at the same time, and when my hormones have dropped off. And so it's just really really interesting. And just another layer as someone that has a cycle of getting to know yourself, and as I said, getting the best out of yourself. So that's my tongue unleashed today. And also if you don't have a cycle, or even if you have a cycle and there's other close people in your life that have a cycle, kind of understanding it a bit, and if they can understand it and have an awareness and communicate that to you, then you know how to approach them, to get the best out of them. And when is the best time to approach them about this kind of thing, when's the best time that you can just nurture them, all that kind of thing. Anyway, if you like this video, like it, share it, please. Anyone that you think might benefit from this. I know a lot of people would be really interested in this. And if you want to keep getting this content, head over to the YouTube channel and subscribe and like the Facebook page. Alright, see you guys.